Marcus Hayes, Fight Hub TV, here in Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, with one and only Showtime Shawn Porter. Shawn, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Man, feeling good, feeling great, man. Happy to be in the nation's capital.
Definitely, man. Happy New Year. I don't know if I got a chance to tell you that yesterday on camera, bro. It's always important to tell everybody Happy New Year.
I know it's important.
Definitely important to tell everybody because we still here, right? Because we still here. Grateful to be here. Speaking of being here, Tank Davis is here. Hector Luis Garcia is here. Shawn, we had to weigh in. We got a fight tomorrow, man. What you think about it?
I'm excited for this one because I think this fight is not going to go how everybody expects it to go. This ain't going to be an easy night. It ain't going to be a walk in the park for Gervonta Davis. And by no means is it going to be a walk in the park for Hector Garcia either. Ant has already said it. Hector has to be on his P's and Q's round one till it's done. And, Tank does have that one-hitter quitter, but I think it's going to take some time for Tank to adjust to what Hector's bringing to the ring. And we've seen that time and time, so I expect this. I expect Tank to win, but I think it's going to be entertaining as hell.
Shawn, Hector Luis Garcia, like you just said, over 400 amateur fights, a champion in his own right. Just buckled Chris Colbert, just took the title from the reigning champ in this weight class, or in the lower weight class. Why do you think it is that it's so easy for folks to overlook Garcia? What is it about Tank Davis that just makes people go, he'll beat anybody?
Yeah, I mean, Tank, number one, he's got the name. He has the facade of having Mayweather in his corner and all that, When you have somebody of Mayweather status in your corner, nobody's going to count you out because Mayweather approved you. Hector Garcia, before he fought Chris Colbert, nobody knew anything about him. Getting in the ring against Chris Colbert, we all thought Chris was going to beat him. It was a rude awakening for Chris. It was a rude awakening for boxing fans. And I think that he's got a lot of his fan base grew overnight. And I think anyone who's realistic about this fight, well, it's two things. If you're realistic about this fight, you say he's moving up from 130. What can he really do with a true 135-pound fighter with the kind of power that Tank has? But if you are, again, realistic, like I'm realistic, he can do a hell of a lot because he's a good fighter. He's got all the experience that he needs. He's a grown man, and he believes in himself. He's not intimidated. And I've seen so many guys getting in the ring with Tank, and they've been intimidated, and it only goes for so long. Hector Garcia, he isn't intimidated, and I like that about him.
Shawn, you being one of the young, most decorated analysts in the game right now, when you look at Hector Luis Garcia, what do you see that would give Tank Davis problems, or that may give Tank Davis problems on fight night?
He punches in combination. Hector Garcia is strong. He's got some pop. We've seen that, and he's not gonna back down. Again, some guys you got to go after them. You have to make them uncomfortable, and I think that Hector Garcia has the ability to go after Tank Davis in ways that nobody else has been able to.
And you kind of got a little glimpse into that, Shawn, in the presser yesterday. Just a little bit when they faced off, you saw a divine level of stoicism from Hector Luis Garcia that kind of had everybody wide-eyed in the room. Talk to us about that moment and what you gleaned from it.
It was interesting because I didn't expect Tank to do that. That's kind of a no-no in boxing. You don't do what Tank did. And Tank actually did it twice. And, to see Hector, look at him like, yo, what's going on here? He was confused, but he didn't look shook. He didn't back down, and he got physical right back. My thing at that point was I didn't want Tank to do something, go a little too far, because you got somebody that you can't communicate with, somebody that's not from your land, not from your city, and doesn't understand how you operate. I didn't want Hector to get it confused or misconstrued and go and do more. So I thought that Tank was playing with a fine line. I thought that he was doing just that, playing. And again, I refer back to Mayweather. Another Mayweather tactic. You show up to the press conference an hour and a half late. You got your opponent waiting on you. And then you get up on the stage and you get physical with him to get him outside of himself. Didn't work, I don't think.
Last year, we saw him kind of have a little bit of a moment with Rolly Romero up on the stage. Do you think that this is pure gamesmanship from Tank, or do you think that he is possessed with a savant level of genius where he is able to start the fight proverbially before they start to exchange punches?
I tell you what, I wouldn't call it savant, but if this becomes something that's consistent and something that he attempts to do every fight, and all the while he's looking like what I do, you know what I mean? I think that it adds a level of character, not only to him, but character to the fight itself, you know? When you can do something like that, not only get away with it, but no telling what it does to your opponent. It adds entertainment. It makes everybody, you know, look, what's gonna happen, what's next, you know? And that ultimately is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to entertain. And I think that he has figured out a way to entertain us. I like it. Disclaimer, I didn't like him pushing Rolly off the ring or off the stage, but that shit happened, and I was like, wow, you know, it's what it was, you know.
Tank, or when we look at Tank, we see a fella that, for all intents and purposes, he doesn't look that intimidating. He doesn't look mean. He doesn't look like somebody that would hurt. He doesn't look mean to me. He looks like a nice guy. He's got one of the best smiles in boxing for years. Tank Davis does not look like a mean guy. He doesn't look mean. What makes him look mean to you?
Everything about him is mean. The dude is a pit bull. That dude is a dog. He looks it. He acts it. He ain't cheerful. He ain't no Showtime up there. That's Tank Davis up there. Yeah, he gonna flash a small smile, but he hard, he rugged, and I think that shows up more than anything else.
He lands a big bomb on Hector Luis Garcia. Does Hector get up tomorrow night?
Yes. Hector gets up. More than once? I don't think so. He gets up. I ain't gonna front, man. I'm a fan of Hector Garcia because I just like the way he moves. I like the way he boxes, of course. I like his intelligence, his demeanor. I like his mentality. I like it.
Listen, well, there you have it, folks. Saturday night, championship fight. Showtime Shawn Porter, Marcus Hayes, Fight Hub TV. In the place to be, DC. Here we go, man. Showtime, I'll see you around, brother. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Hub TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Hub TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.